Welcome to my video chat. I'm delighted you join me. I tell you something, I'm schwitzen. You know what that is? I'm sweating with the heat. It sounds boastful, that, but anyone coming out on holiday, bring factor 50 with you. It's just beautiful, the weather. Just beautiful. So there you are. I'm not trying to rub your nose in. I'm just trying to tempt you to come out here. And if you're thinking of coming out here and you're thinking of buying a property, get in touch with me, because the lifestyle out here is unbeatable anywhere else in Europe. I promise you that, for many, many reasons. Okay, when you get to a certain age, and I'm sure it's the same in all your countries, for renewing your driving license, here in Marbella, or sorry, the Costa del Sol, or maybe the whole of Spain, you've got to go through a series of tests, okay? You've got to go through a series of tests. So, hearing, sight, blood pressure, coordination. And honestly, the last time I did it, my blood pressure shot up because I have a white coat syndrome, which if you don't know what that is, the white coat syndrome really, it's when you're being tested by a doctor, you get nervous and your blood pressure goes up. And I was made sit outside for an hour or so and then come back. And this is the last 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, I'm terrified. I'm working myself up about getting because it's due now, getting myself tested. Anyway, Wendy said that she goes to another clinic than I go to. The same thing, tests. But I went to it, and I must tell you, this clinic were charming. From the minute I walked through the door, they were absolutely charming. Do you know something? They almost put me at my ease. They absolutely. I think her name was Carmen. Hello, Carmen. How are you? Look, let me also, I'm not getting paid for this. It's not an insurance, it's not what you call it, an advertiser, not at all. It's with my policy always is credit is due and give it out. Now this clinic is called Cervico Medico San Pedro, and I'm going to put the number up on this afterwards. Honestly, I went in there in no time at all. I had a paper out the door. That paper now says that I'm due, my license has been renewed. The license authorities in Malaga will send me a license. It takes a few months, but the paper in my car says that I passed the test and everything done with it. So there you are, my little plug. Credit where credit is due. I do sometimes speak on these video chats about the popularity of some of my video chats. Still leading the way in a long way is my opinion of Princess Diana's death. Of course, I didn't think she was murdered, and those who were having a go at me, well, it's a free world, free speech, that she did. And that attracted thousands and thousands of views, of plays, people playing. Now, the other one was Pineapple, was funny. I'm not going to go into them now, but there was a few. But the least favourite are political ones. And today, I'm going to do a political one. And I tell you why, I want to get it off my chest. For those people. And of course, I try not to be biased, because one would think if it's the Israeli-Iran war, Hezbollah war, Hamas war, Houthis war, well, of course he's going to be biased. But why not try to be just sensible if I can and not be biased? As you know, Israel is the size of Wales. Now, I want you to think this. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a Muslim, it's the size of Wales. And the attack on October the 7th, which is going to be remembered all over the world on Monday. All over the world on Monday, okay? Imagine 1 year since we woke up to the day that changed, the world changed. The last time we did that was on 9/11 when the Twin Towers were hit. The world changed, security. And we began to realize that Islamic terror is terrorizing and threatening our lives. No other way of putting it. No other way of putting it. I'm not condemning all the Muslims. I'm talking about Islamic terror. Okay? And here we have Iran, Hezbollah. Well, look, I just made a few notes here. Again, saying that Israel is the size of Wales, threatened by Iran and the proxies, let's say Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, Iraq. Okay? These have to be stopped. The world can't be. Think about it. I want you to think, whatever country you live in, France, England, wherever you live, think of the last terrorist attacks in your country. Think of Manchester, the arena bombing. They're all Islamic fundamentalists. Can you not get that in there? Should we just leave them alone? Because the only country attacking Islamic fundamentalists is Israel, and the world is against Israel. Does that make any sense to you? Does it make any sense to you? And let me tell you, trying to get the Jewish side out of this, Israel has nearly 2 million Arabs living in the country. Some are in the army, some are in the police force, and some are in the Knesset, which is the Israeli government. All schooling the same as Israeli kids, medical care same as Israeli kids. So I'm trying to talk about a country, Israel, being attacked by all this Hezbollah. So I got this thing on, when I was writing about it, I got this, post. Now, I'm not going to tell her name. I'll just give you her initials. IH. That's her initials, so IH. And she asked me the question, do I support Netanyahu's carpet bombing of Beirut? Fighting another country unnecessarily. Logic. So, Hezbollah, from Beirut, send in 8,000 rockets into Israel. And that's it. Maybe more, but 8,000, the number counted. What does Israel do? What? They have to protect the country. They've got to go back. You know, the way that they can eye-mark something, get the leader of Hezbollah was quite phenomenal. He's 60 feet under the ground. And they got him. You know where they got him, don't you? The leader of Hezbollah. Mossad is the Israeli Secret Service, renowned around the world. They infiltrate, maybe 4 years ago, they infiltrated. And they were shaking hands underground with the leader of Hezbollah. And on the hand of the Mossad agent was a grease or something. And that was the one that triggered Israel where he was. Pinpointed, and they killed him and many of the other leaders. Is that wrong? The problem is where you guys that write to me or attack me on my social media is what you don't. I sort of said it the other day. If Israel aren't being killed, the Israelis are not being killed at the same rate as, let's say, the Palestinians, then the Israelis are wrong. What would satisfy a lot of these people who are marching on the streets of America, in New York, throughout America, Europe, Free Palestinian, it's all pro-Hamas. What would satisfy them was that if Israel didn't have the Iron Dome, you know, the Iron Dome, it protects the missiles coming in, it destroys the missiles coming in. If they didn't have the Iron Dome, those 8,000 rockets that came in from Hezbollah would kill thousands of Israelis. Oh, that'd be okay then. There'd be sort of a balance then. That's fine. That's fine. The other day, Iran attacked Israel with 200 ballistic missiles. Think of it. Look up in the sky now. You can see the films of them come in hundreds and, right? If they killed 10,000 Israelis, oh, that would be fine. Because there would be a balance for these people whose brains are so, sort of washed. Do you not want to get rid of terror? And the reason they'd say this is because, well, kids die. I hate the thought of any innocents, whether they're from Beirut, whether they're from Iran, whether they're from Gaza, whether they're from Syria. I hate that one death is one death too many. But war is dirty and thousands die. Think of Germany. The Nazis were carrying out all the horror, the terror and everything, and thousands of innocent Germans died. That's war. Now, how do you stop this? I'll send messages out to stop it. Watch this. Hezbollah, stop sending rockets into Israel, and Israel will stop sending rockets back to you. Okay, there you are. No one will die. Hamas, lay down your weapons. Stop firing into Israel. And hundreds and thousands of Palestinians will live. And Iran, you have it coming. Trust me. And what the world wants, even the people who are anti-Israel, what the world wants now. Let me just quickly stop there. I am disgusted and furious with Joe Biden. Furious with Joe Biden. Joe Biden was asked a question the other day. Should Israel attack Iran's nuclear power development? And he said no. No. He was asked before if Iran attacked Israel, he would say, don't. Don't. Well, they did. And what did you do about it? Yeah, I know you had some warships there and you took 12 rockets out, missiles out. I know that. But why the hell didn't you attack Iran immediately for attacking like this? How many of your soldiers have been killed by Iran's proxies? How many Americans are being held hostage by Hamas? And what have you done to get them out? Yes, you supplied weapons. Yes, you supplied money. But the size of your military could go in there and get hold of them. You know, Iran, Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, they're not threatened by you. Your words of strength are, don't. It's like saying to a child, don't do it. And if the child does it again, what do? You punish the child. And I'm not talking about just smack the child, beat him around the place. You punish the child. You might say, okay, I'm taking your iPad off you, or whatever, your TikTok, schmick-schmock, whatever it is. You punish the child. Iran has not been punished. And Iran is the head on the snake of terror worldwide. Every attack, Islamic attack in the world, in England, in Ireland, in France, in Germany, is all funded by Iran. And we're still sitting back while they develop nuclear availability to be able to threaten the world in a way that we've never been threatened before. And Israel, you know, I was with some people the other day, some rabbis, etc. We're out walking, young guys. And we bumped into some guys, and one of them, the Christian guys, they were asking the new year and everything. And they said that we're all hoping that Israel will take out Iran. Because once the head is taken off the snake will die. There'll be no funding from anywhere for terror. That's the only chance we have. So this video chat is not a biased chat on behalf of Judaism or whatever. It's up for us all. We all suffer by Islamic fundamentalists. I mean, go back to the Manchester bombing again. Count how many Jews died there. I'd be amazed if very small amount. Take 9/11, Islamic terror. How many Jews? It's got nothing to do with that. They hate the West and they want to destroy the West. And yet they're delighted to see idiots marching in support on the streets of America, the streets of England, streets of Europe, saying, free Palestine. That means nothing. It just means they're supporting terror. So come on, Israel, get rid of Iran. And America, don't sit on your asses doing nothing. Please, and see what you can do. Now, I'm sorry if I'm shouting and roaring and everything, and I'm sure many of you don't listen to this type of chat. They'd rather hear my stories. And I understand that. But there are times as a broadcaster, I feel that I've got to be honest. I've got to express my point of views. Anyway, let me smile. Have a very nice weekend. And we'll catch you soon with something much more pleasant.